Hi friends, Mickey Magus here and welcome to Out the Back Door. Today I want to share a recipe with you for cake that only uses 4 ingredients. Join me. Today I'm going to be making pound cake and it only takes 4 ingredients: flour, sugar, eggs, and butter. And why do they call it pound cake? Because we need a pound of each one of those ingredients. You might think, well, pound cake's been around for a while, but for how long? I did a little research. Pound cake actually comes from the northern area of Europe, and in 1796 it made its first debut in the American Cookery Cookbook in the US here. So I think that's pretty neat. Okay, there are many different variations since that time that it's been published, and I mean anywhere from using sour cream, leavening agents, oil, you name it, extracts. I'm going to be sharing the original basic recipe with you today. I'm going to be starting with 1 pound of butter. It's salted and it is at room temperature. One thing I really like about this cake is all the different variations that you can do to it. But as long as I'm making the plain original recipe, I'm going to be serving this later on with whipped cream and berries. Okay, this is my last stick of butter. And the next thing that I'm going to be adding to my mixer is 2 cups of sugar. Just plain white granulated sugar. I'm going to cream the butter and the sugar until it's light and fluffy. Now that our butter and our sugar are all creamed, light and fluffy, I'm going to be adding eggs, and I need 9 large eggs. I'm going to add these one at a time. While I've been doing this, I had my oven preheating at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And now I'm going to be adding the flour to it. I'm adding 3 1/4 cups of the all-purpose flour to it. Okay, I'm going to scrape the sides one more time just to make sure that everything's down in there. You can use either a loaf pan or a bundt pan for baking this. Today I will be using a bundt pan. Now, I'll get my pan ready. Okay, I've already sprayed my bundt pan with cooking spray, baking spray, but being I had done it a while ago, I turned it upside down on a plate and left it like this until I'm ready to use it, because then that way I didn't have all the oil of the spray pooling down in the bottoms here. For those of you that follow me, check it out. I'm making a single batch of something. Now you could serve this with ice cream, whipping cream, berries, I suppose chocolate sauce. Ooh, you know what would be really good with this is my lemon curd that I made not long ago. All right, I'm going to be putting this on the center rack in my oven. And one thing about a pound cake, you don't want to overbake it. Otherwise, it's going to get dried out. It'll get really crumbly. Okay, my batter's in my cake pan, ready to go into the oven. I am going to be baking this from 70 to 80 minutes. I am setting my timer for 70 minutes so I can check it then. I'm going to use a toothpick to check to see if it's finished or not, and if it comes out clean. Some people suggest putting a knife into it and pulling it out and checking to see if that's clean also. That's when you're going to pull it out. Now, as I mentioned, don't overbake it. So, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, we're going to put it in there, and I'll see you when it comes out. All right, it still feels hot, but I did let it sit for 20 minutes. Oh, I only baked it for 70 minutes total. I checked it with a wooden skewer, and it came out completely clean. And I thought, well, I don't want to dry it out any more than that. So, let's see. Oh, I heard it fall. Oh, that looks really good. This is our pound cake. Okay, it's got to cool off yet, but one thing I want to say is thank you for sticking with me this far into the video. Now I'm going to share a tip with you. Go wash your pan, whether you used a bundt pan or a loaf pan. Go wash your pan, dry it out, and I'll meet you back here in a moment. Okay, so here's our 1700s pound cake, the original recipe. And I did say if you'd stick around a little bit longer, I was going to show you a tip. Now the tip is for storing this. I did read one person made a comment when they made it. They actually had an easier time slicing it if they waited until the next day. But you need to store this in an airtight container, and it'll be good up to like 3 days. So the tip that they shared, and I thought it was super smart. Remember I told you to clean out your pan? All right. You're going to put your pan back over on your cooled cake. Invert it. And all you have to do is put foil over this now, and you can set it aside, and it's going to stay moisted and it isn't going to dry out. Then when you're ready to serve it, all you've got to do is invert it on your plate again, and you're good to go. You can start slicing. Wasn't that a nifty idea? I thought so. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please consider subscribing, hit the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up and share. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'd like to hear from you. So until next time, God bless. Man, I got stuff flying everywhere, don't I?